Hello everyone, my name is Sagar Gaud. So I am the UI full stack trainer at Quality Thought. Today we are going to see exactly what are the things we are going to cover in our course. So our course name is UI full stack web development, and in this course what are the technologies we are going to cover, what is UI full stack development, what is the purpose of this course, all those details we are going to understand. Apart from that, we are going to see how uh, I am going to take you guys in this journey. Basically, I will be explaining you and I will be showing you what kind of process we are going to follow in this course, like how we are going to provide the notes, how we are going to provide the assignments, and what is our plan. So let's start our session. So the first point what we are going to discuss in our course is what is full stack development. So let's try to understand what is full stack development. So the full stack development is a process of developing web application. Generally, if you see, anyone says that full stack is nothing but it's a front end plus back end plus database. So instead of using these terms front end plus back end and development, a better way to explain is full stack development is a process. It is a process of developing web application. It means in this course we are going to learn how to develop this web application. So the people who can develop web application, those people are called full stack engineer or full stack developer. So who are called full stack engineer or full stack developer? The people who can develop web application. So the people who can develop web application, those people are called full stack engineer. So the ultimate goal of this course is to become full stack engineer. It means in our course we are going to learn how to develop web applications. Now what are web applications? Let's try to understand. Let me explain you with one example. So if you want to access any web application, what is the first thing we are going to do? We will open the browser. We will go to the browser, and in that browser we have an address bar. In the address bar we are going to type some URL. For example, the famous application which we always go through, that is our Instagram. So here I am typing the instagram.com. The moment I press on enter button, you will see something on your screen, and that is what the web application. So whatever you are seeing on the screen, that is your web application. So here Instagram is a web application. In the same way we have Amazon. So the moment I type that Amazon URL, you will be able to access the Amazon application. So in our course, we are going to learn how to develop the applications like Instagram, applications like Amazon, applications like Gmail, etc., etc. So we have lot of web applications in the market. So the examples of web applications are Instagram, we have Gmail, apart from that we have Amazon, and etc., etc. So when you join this course, at the end of the course, you should be capable of developing the applications like Instagram, Gmail, and Amazon. Then only we are going to be called as a full stack engineer. And that is the ultimate goal of this course as well. So the goal of this course is to make you guys capable of developing web application. Now let's try to define what is web application in very simple words. So what is web application? If someone asks us what is web application, how we can explain them exactly? Let's try to understand. A web application is a software application. So what is web application? It is a software application. Web application is a software application which is not installed on user or client system. So web applications are not installed. They are not installed on user or client systems. And web applications are accessible through browsers. Web applications are accessible through browsers. So we have to remember these 3 points. So web application is a software application which is not installed on user or client system, and third one is it is accessible through browser. So any software application which is accessible through browser and not installed on user system, such applications are called web applications. Example, as I have shown you, we have here Instagram application. Right now I did not install Instagram application in my system, but I am able to access. How? For that I have opened my browser, and in that browser I am able to access my Instagram application. So till now we have understood what is full stack development, what is web application. So why I have explained these two terms means our course is full stack development, and the ultimate goal of this course is to develop web application. That is the reason we should know this at the initial point. Now let's understand what technologies we are going to cover in our course to develop this web application. To understand what technologies we are going to cover, first of all we should know what is the high level architecture of a web application. So we will not enter into the depth understanding of web application. We will try to just cover a very high level understanding of a web application. If you take any web application in the market, your web applications are divided into 3 sub applications, and those 3 sub applications are: the first sub application is your front end application, the second sub application is your back end application, and third sub application is your database. It is a database. It means if you want to develop a web application, it means if you want to develop a web application means internally you have to develop 3 sub applications. Those are front end, back end, and database. And once you develop those 3 sub applications, then you have to integrate them. Integrate means we have to connect them. So we have to connect front end with back end, then we have to connect back end with database. Then that entire structure is called web application. Now this is the reason whenever we ask what is full stack, people will say that it's a front end, back end, and database. So the best way I feel to express what is full stack development means it is just a process to develop web application. So just use a term called web application, in that everything will be covered. Now to develop these sub applications like front end application, we require some technologies. Now we have to understand what are those technologies. So if you want to develop front end application, we require the technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and React.js. Apart from this, there are a lot of technologies in the market. Maybe 100 plus technologies we have in the market to develop front end application. But in our course, we are going to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and React.js. And using all these technologies, we are going to develop a front end application. The moment you are able to develop front end application with these technologies, then you can call yourself as a front end engineer. In the same way, if you want to develop back end application, then we require some more technologies, and those are JavaScript, Node.js, Express.js. So we require JavaScript, Node.js, and Express.js. So once you learn Node.js, Express.js with JavaScript, then you will be capable of developing back-end applications. And the moment you are capable of developing back-end application, you can call yourself as a back-end engineer. So what are the technologies to become a front-end engineer? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React. And to become a backend engineer, we should know Node.js, Express.js. But in market, apart from Node and Express, we have other technologies also. Like we have Spring Boot, Django, Laravel, we have so many. But in our course, we are going to learn only Node and Express. In the same way, the third part, that is our database. So in our course, we are going to learn MongoDB as a database. It's a MongoDB, guys. Okay. And to work with MongoDB, we required a language called JavaScript. And MongoDB is called NoSQL database. NoSQL database. It means we don't require SQL language to learn MongoDB. We are going to learn JavaScript. We are going to learn JavaScript to work with MongoDB. So if you observe, in front end, we are going to use a language called JavaScript. In back end, we are going to use a language called JavaScript. And even in the database, we are going to use a language called JavaScript. That is the reason our full stack course or UI full stack is considered as JavaScript full stack. It is considered as JavaScript full stack. And we have one more popular term in the market, that is MERN stack. Something called MERN stack. Now here M stands for MongoDB, E stands for Express, R stands for React, and N stands for Node.js. So the people who can develop web applications with MongoDB, Express, React, Node, those are called MERN stack engineers. Those people are called MERN stack engineers. So we are using different terms to define our course. So some people knows it as a UI full stack, some people knows it as a JavaScript full stack, and one more term, that is MERN stack. Now these are the technologies what we are going to cover. Apart from this, you guys are going to learn about Linux. So we are going to learn about Linux operating system. So how to work with the Linux operating system. And once we know Linux, we are going to learn AWS Cloud Basics. We are going to learn AWS Cloud Basics. Now we have to understand why we have to learn cloud. Now as I have mentioned, in our course, we are going to develop web application. Now once that application is developed, now we have to deploy that application. Deploy means we have to make that application accessible to everyone in the world. So how to deploy our application? For that, we are going to use cloud concept. And to work with cloud concept, we require knowledge on Linux operating system. That is the reason we have included Linux and cloud in our course. Apart from that, you are going to learn about soft skills. You will have a training on soft skills. And that is for 45 days. So generally in soft skills, we are going to learn how to improve our confidence, how to improve our communication skills. All these things will help us when we are in the HR round. So how to tackle with the HR questions, all those techniques, all those knowledge we are going to get from the soft skills sessions. And we are going to have a training on aptitude also. So we will have 45 days training on aptitude. Now why aptitude? So whenever you apply for interviews, the first round is your aptitude round. So people are going to check whether you guys have logical skills or not, whether you can think logically or not, whether you are capable for developer role or not. That is the first verification will be done by your interviewers. That is the reason we are going to provide aptitude training for you guys for the next 45 days. So you will be learning all the technologies that are required to develop web application. You are going to learn the technologies which are required to deploy your web application. Apart from to tackle your interviews, whatever soft skills and aptitude training is required, we are going to provide that as well. Yeah, now let's try to understand how we are going to give you training. So generally our classes will be in the two modes. We have offline mode and we have online mode. Our classes timings will be around from 9 AM to 4 PM. It will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It means you have to stay with us for 6 hours. And in that 6 hours, you will have 1 hour training on soft skills. You will have 1 hour training on aptitude. We will have 2 hours technical session, 2 hours practice session. So every day you will have 2 hours technical session and 2 hours practice session. And in those practice sessions, we are going to provide you assignments. So every day we are going to provide you assignments and practice questions. Now let me show you in which format we are going to provide you assignments and practice questions. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So this is the PDF format. So this PDF we are going to release after every class, and in that PDF you will find around 10 to 15 questions, sometimes only 5 questions, depends upon the task or depends upon that question how complex it is. So like this every day we are going to provide the practice questions, plus we are going to provide you the notes. So for every technology we have created the notes. So notes will be provided in 2 formats. We are going to provide the notes in paint file format, which will be like our rough notes, and we are going to provide the notes in the PDF format as well. So I hope you guys are able to see on the screen. So I am sharing this PDF with you. And what is the course content? So that course content also let me show you. Yeah. So here this is the course content, guys. So here we have almost 52 pages course content. In this course content, I have provided each and every topic that we are going to cover in our live sessions with subtopics as well, so that everyone will get a clear-cut idea what kind of concepts we are going to learn in our course. So you will see that we have HTML, we have CSS, we have JavaScript, we have React, Node, Express, MongoDB, everything I have provided in this PDF. Plus, you guys will be provided with the recording. It means after every class, we are going to provide you the live session recordings, and you guys will have around, I think, 1 year access for it. So after the course, you can access till 1 year. Yeah. So the last point I wanted to cover is our duration. What is the duration of this course? So the duration of this course is around 4 months. And in these 4 months, we are going to cover around 100 to 120 hours content in your entire full stack. And everything is pre-planned here. So if I show you my plan, if you see here, everything is properly pre-planned. Like in which session, what content we have to cover, how much content we have to cover. For HTML, how many sessions we have to cover. For JavaScript, how many sessions we have to cover in this way. So as per plan, we have created totally 100 sessions. But as we know that exactly it will not take 100 sessions, some sessions will be plus. So on average, we are going to cover almost 100 to 110 sessions. So this is the details of our course, guys, where I have mentioned what is web application, what is full stack development, what technologies we are covering, in which formats notes we are providing, and what is our plan. So in case if you have any kind of doubts or any kind of questions, just attend our master demo. You will understand everything about the course in more detailed way.